Here's Dan Campbell, and he better take off his glasses when the batteries start flying his way. Here he is talking about dealing with Eagles fans.
It's a great place to play. I mean, it's electric. It's had batteries thrown at us, spit on. It's just the classic stuff, man. It's probably the most hostile place to play. And then, going into the stadium, leaving it during the game. Anyway, I think it was 99. Strahan, I think we were in overtime. Anyway, he took I think it was a fumble recovery all the way back to the house. We won the game because of that. So we all go back there to meet him, and I just see this. It was like a 64-ounce cup this guy had that was full of tobacco spit, and I'm running over there to celebrate. He just pours it on Strahan's back while everybody's running over there. I backed off at the last minute.
Yeah, good call.
I would say Dan Campbell knows a thing or two about carrying around a 64-ounce can of tobacco spit, because he's got that chaw. I don't see him spitting either. Some of those guys are hardcore. They don't spit.
He'll swallow from time to time and go, "Oh, I might have to take this one down the pipe here." Yeah.
Listen, as someone who once accidentally got a little bit of the skull, no, you don't want that. You do not want that. It is disgusting. Anyway, hey, the Eagles fans are what they are. I can't wait to see them welcome their good friend Chris Simms back. Maybe you'll wear your Jalen Hurts jersey to the game on Sunday night. But I love their passion. I considered in the offseason abandoning ship. I considered switching allegiances. I'm not condoning or criticizing, but as I've said before, sometimes the Vikings fans are a little too chill for their own good. Sometimes they're just a little too accepting. It's that Minnesota nice. You need a little edge sometimes. You need to be a little demanding sometimes. Once the Eagles got the taste of a Super Bowl championship, they were like addicted to it. They got worse. They got more vocal.
Right.
They got more zealous.
Right.
They wanted another one.
Right.
And I have a feeling they want another one now too. And I feel like my own personality fits so much better with Eagles fans than it does with Vikings fans. But, yeah, I love that passion. I love the commitment. Now, there are lines you don't want to cross. I don't know where a 64-ounce cup of tobacco spit lands.
They cross those lines habitually,
but it's probably not something. Yeah. It's probably not something to encourage in a civilized society.
Yeah, well, they're habitual line steppers, that's for sure. But that's part of maybe the charm to a degree. I mean, it is definitely one of the most hostile environments you'll ever be in the NFL. Right. I mean, in my career, the old black hole, the Oakland Raiders, that was one that I won't forget. Whether it was driving through the parking lot or just sitting on the sidelines and the things that are said throughout the game, everything there, right? But Philadelphia, San Francisco, back in the old days, of course, I never played in this new stadium, but when you went to go back to Candlestick, they weren't saying, hey, Mr. Simms, can we get you a drink or a Coca-Cola in the stands? That's for sure, right? The Bears, Chicago can be like that. New England's a little spoiled because of their years, but still, you go up there, and those fans know how to give it to you, too. But Philly's one of a kind. I mean, it really is. And we've been there twice in the last calendar year, and there's familiar faces that make their way to go down to the front row to make sure they say every crude thing in the world to me possible. I don't even think we discussed last time. People got kicked out of the game in Philadelphia because of me, because they went so crazy. I didn't care. I didn't say one word, but security saw it and they kicked them out, right? They were going in on me, whatever else. But yeah, it's an amazing place to play. Plus, the stadium's awesome, right? That's the one thing we admire too. It's right on top of the field. I mean, the upper deck and the mezzanine level, you feel like, man, it looks like they might fall over here. They're so on top of the field. So that's what's great. And then you add two teams to it where, I mean, I'm not saying anything you don't know, Mike. These are the two ultimate bully teams in the NFL. I think that these two teams view it, as we talk about at times, and we've had fun. If there was a bar fight to break out between the 32 teams in the NFL, these would probably be the two I'd go, yeah, for a bar fight, these would be the last two standing. And they both believe they'd be the last one standing when it all comes to it. And there is something to that there. I mean, Nick Sirianni in your face, Dan Campbell in your face. The teams are gigantic when you see them on the field, and that's why it's going to be awesome to see that on Sunday night.